But I promise you, anything that is being done in the dark has to come to light. It has to come to light. Eventually, it will. You will not get away with it. I promise you. Yo. Friends and family, don't know it's your boy Darren, coming at you again with some more of the worst relationship advice ever. You definitely should not listen to me because it's bare rubbish me a chat. You understand? I'm just talking off the top of my head, right? Talking about my life experiences, talking about my perspective from the Bible, talking about what I would have possibly learned through my psychological studies. And so yeah, it really doesn't make much sense. But if it makes sense to you, you can apply it. I'm not going to say that I'm absolutely right, but rather I believe I'm right, but I could be wrong. So we're continuing on of infidelity, and last time we looked at a couple reasons for why people cheat. Some people are greedy. They have them good up spouse, but them just huffle, go for more from other people. Some people have very weak boundaries. They don't really have a clear understanding of what cheating is, and some people are just like, cheating is having sex with somebody else who is not my partner. However, they don't perceive that having conversations, even with people online, having conversations with somebody else that they only should be having with their partner, sharing vulnerable and intimate information about themselves with another person, that could also be constituted as cheating. Jesus says in Matthew 5 that if a man looks at another woman and lusts after her, he has already committed adultery in his heart. And so you see there where cheating doesn't start at the action, rather it starts at the motive. What is your motive for seeking emotional validation outside of your union with your partner? So yeah, we people who have no or weak boundaries are vulnerable to falling into infidelity. We also looked at the reason of, unmet emotional needs. Yeah, that's rough. When you're in a relationship, you have these emotional needs and you really want your partner to meet these needs for you. But I tell you, if you guys don't get conflict resolution properly and under control, then you can start to drift into resentment and contempt, and the relationship can start to become cold, where you love this person, but at the same time it seems as if you both cannot see eye to eye. It seems as if you both can't come together in an intellectually intimate manner, which now causes for one or both of you to drift and seek that validation or that acceptance elsewhere. And so now you have an affair on your hands. An affair is where you really have an extramarital relationship that is ongoing. It's not a one-night stand. It's not just a fling, but it's ongoing. And it's really, really rough. We also looked at curiosity and boredom. People get bored in their relationship and feel a need for a little excitement, so they might just experiment with somebody outside of their relationship, probably just one time.
Never happened again. It was just one time.
Just to get that exhilaration. And then we also looked at revenge. People taking revenge against their partner just because their partner offended them, hurt their feelings in some egregious manner. They feel that they are justified in cheating on their partner, but there is really no justification for that. There's none whatsoever. And as I said before, I have cheated in the past, but I thank God for his forgiveness. I thank God for redemption, and I thank God for the growth that I have experienced through my own reflections and my own spending time with him. Yeah. And so what I want to do now is communicate to my fellow brethren out there who are cheaters. You may be cheating right now. You probably feel guilty about it. or you feel as if you cannot get the satisfaction you desire without this other person because your partner is just not doing it for you. I don't know if you've been watching my previous episodes, but I really hope that you take it into consideration and bring a certain discussion with a certain attitude toward your partner. I want to encourage you that you need to confess to your partner. Yeah. I know that sounds absolutely crazy. Wow. But you do. You need to confess. It is much better that you come forth and put it out there to your partner than for them to find out. And I know you probably feel that you can hide it. You probably feel like, yeah, man, I got this. I got the schedule and the lies. I got everything worked out to the T. I can definitely keep this extramarital relationship a secret. But I promise you, anything that is being done in the dark has to come to light. It has to come to light. Eventually, it will. You will not get away with it, I promise you. Whether you are a man or a woman. And they say that women are a lot better at cheating. Women, they're like, secret agent assassins when it comes on to keeping their extramarital affair a secret. But even for you women, it will eventually come to light. And so you need to confess it to your partner. You will definitely hurt them. They'll definitely be shaken. They'll be broken even. And they may want to leave. You may be just causing the ending of your relationship. But if you are constantly in a mode of cheating, the relationship is already destroyed. It's already over. Yeah. Paul in Corinthians 6, I believe, he's encouraging us not to indulge in sexual immorality. He says that, should I take my body and join it with a prostitute? Do you not know that those who join themselves to prostitutes become one with the prostitute? As it was said in the beginning, for this reason a man shall leave his father and mother and become united with his wife as one flesh. As I've said before in previous episodes, the one fleshness, right, is what constitutes marriage. And so that is why adultery is defined the way it is, right? It is to break commitment with your partner and marry somebody else while your partner is still alive. Now, of course, generally within our society and our current culture, we understand marriage not to be just the sexual act, but also including the signing of the documentation and the ceremony. We also include that as a part of the marital agreement. But from a biblical perspective, the two becoming one flesh is the marrying act. And so to become one flesh with somebody else who is not your partner, you're essentially breaking the covenant between you and your partner. And so that is why Jesus gives the permission for people to dissolve their marriage, to divorce in the event of sexual immorality, or in other words, fornication, which is unfaithfulness, as I said before. Yeah? So if you're thinking that you're keeping this secret to keep your covenant with your wife or husband, come on. It's already broken. It's already broken. Now, can it be repaired? Yes, it can. But you need to first confess. You need to first confess and be open to whatever consequence comes with that. Next, I want to speak to the offended, the people who have been cheated on. I see you. You are broken. You are hurt. You don't want to see your partner. You can't stand the sight of them. You're filled with anxiety because, yes, you found out, or yes, they confessed to you, but you're probably thinking they possibly brought home something to you. If they're having sex with somebody else, who knows who that somebody else is having sex with also? Who knows if they had STD, and did your partner use protection every single time? Did they always use a condom? Or were they, a female condom for those females who use that sort of thing? Did that always happen? Were they always self-controlled in their lack of self-control? Anxiety fills your heart as your trust is completely shattered. But you may still have love in your heart for your partner. A part of you possibly still wants to work through it, even though you have experienced the greatest betrayal of trust. I want to encourage you that if your partner opens up to you, apologizes, and is willing to do what is necessary to get back in good graces with you, be open to it. Be open to it. Because divorce was never God's idea. Jesus said it was Moses who gave you the permission to do so. In the Bible, Paul says, do not divorce your spouse. And if you do not get married, but remain single or be reconciled to your partner. We see in our current day and age, however, that people are getting into second, third, fourth, fifth marriages. Those hopeless romantic people that believe in love and they really want to be committed to one person and for that person to be there forever love. But again and again and again, it's just not working out. My heart goes out to Steve Harvey and his situation with, his wife, Marjorie. As we know that Steve Harvey has been through multiple marriages. And you can leave a marriage for whatever reason. If you are not aware of yourself and how you contribute to the failure of your marriage, you're just going to bring that same attitude and that same behavior into the next. If you believe yourself to be right all the time and you get into arguments and you're always pigeonholing your spouse into apologizing, then you're just going to be experiencing the same cycle over and over again. Yeah. But again, I digress. Back to my people who have been cheated on and you're considering to reconcile with your partner, you're considering to keep living with your partner, keep the relationship going, possibly for the sake of the children, possibly for the sake of optics and not wanting to, be a part of the divorce statistic and as a member of the body of Christ, possibly because you take your vows very seriously and you want to continue to live out your vows to your partner, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer, in the good and the bad. You still want to live out your vows. I want to say that's very noble of you. That's amazing. And there are many couples out there who have done it successfully. Because one, the offended was willing to forgive. And two, the offender was willing to do whatever was necessary to fix the broken trust of their partner. And so, I know many of you feel as if, that is a one license for me to leave my marriage. Once I get that license, I'm out. But I think the heart of God is that you be reconciled. Yeah. I think that is really what God would want. Jesus says in John 14, I give you a new command. Love one another as I have loved you. So you should love one another. And do we not cheat on God sometimes? Do we not spit in his face? Do we not fall short? Yet he extends this grace toward us, this love toward us. Should we not also do the same for our cheating partner? Especially if they're sincerely sorry. Especially if it was just a slip up, a moment of weakness. Especially if they're feeling just as broken as we are feeling. Shouldn't we consider giving them another chance? Your marriage does not have to end because of infidelity, even though it is extremely painful. I've been there, and I have made a vow to myself and to God that I will never cheat again. I rather leave than cheat again. If it gets to a place in my relationship where it just feels as if I cannot communicate, I cannot resolve conflict, I don't feel heard, I don't feel understood. She doesn't feel heard, she doesn't feel understood, she doesn't feel loved, she doesn't feel accepted, and we just cannot bridge that gap. Even with counseling, even with reading, even with all the effort, we just can't do it, and I'm feeling the temptation to cheat. It's better I leave. It's better I leave than to do that. Yeah. Friends, family, thank you so much for watching another episode of the worst relationship advice ever. Look at me telling you to reconcile with your partner who cheated on you, who gave you license to leave. And I'm saying to you, don't leave. You'd be surprised at the beauty that can grow out of a situation like that. It'd be like a phoenix rising up from the ashes of what was the previous relationship. Your relationship will definitely not be the same ever again, but it can grow into something even more beautiful, all because you are able to forgive and trust again, and all because the other person was able to grow from the person who got caught up in infidelity. Yeah. Big up yourself in our love that you are here with me yet again. Definitely you should subscribe, definitely share, definitely comment and like. We want to get more people engaged with the worst relationship advice ever. I know it sounds oxymoronic, but hey, I'm doing my very best to serve you, my fellow friends and family. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed so far, and I'll see you next time on the next episode. Bless you.